The tow truck comes at midnight when the phone won't let me be. Somebody's on the shoulder out on Route 9, mile 15. I pull my boots on backwards from the porch light to the yard. The winch is cold, the coffee's old and hard. 40 years of somebody out there waiting on a light. The tow truck comes at midnight. The radio sits crackling on a shelf above the sink. Old Ray runs the county from a trailer by the mill. He gives me mile and color and the make and how it sits, and whether there are children in it still. The tow truck comes at midnight when the phone won't let me be. Somebody's on the shoulder out on Route 9, mile 15. I pull my boots on backwards from the porch light to the yard. The winch is cold, the coffee's old and hard. 40 years of somebody out there waiting on a light. The tow truck comes at midnight. The yard light takes a minute, like an old man takes the stairs. The truck turns over slow and then it settles into sound. I back it past the gate post that my father said in '62, and point the beacon out along the ground. The tow truck comes at midnight when the phone won't let me be. Somebody's on the shoulder out on Route 9, mile 15. I pull my boots on backwards from the porch light to the yard. The winch is cold, the coffee's old and hard. 40 years of somebody out there waiting on a light. The tow truck comes at midnight. There's nothing on the highway but reflectors and the moon. The town behind me shuts down like a hand around a match. I've made this drive so often that the truck could go alone, and I would only wait to work the catch. The tow truck comes at midnight when the phone won't let me be. Somebody's on the shoulder out on Route 9, mile 15. I pull my boots on backwards from the porch light to the yard. The winch is cold, the coffee's old and hard. 40 years of somebody out there waiting on a light. The tow truck comes at midnight. My father had this number, and his father had a horse. They pulled them out of washes, out of ditches, out of debt. The rig has changed its engine and its paint about 4 times. The job has never changed on me yet. You don't ask them how it happened, and you don't say what it cost until the wheels are on the deck and chained. You get them to a light somewhere with coffee and a chair. That's the whole of it, and none of it explained. Takes an hour off my night. 2 flashers up ahead of me are blinking in the dust. I come in slow behind them with the beacon going round. The way my father showed me which I trust. The tow truck comes at midnight when the phone won't let me be. Somebody's on the shoulder out on Route 9, mile 15. I pull my boots on backwards from the porch light to the yard. The winch is cold, the coffee's old and hard. 40 years of somebody out there waiting on the light. The tow truck comes at midnight. The porch light stays on for me. The dog gives up his watch. The clock above the doorway hits the 12 and gives a groan. Somewhere in the county there's a hood up in the dark. Nobody out there wants to be alone. Like a page nobody read. 50 miles of nothing and a mile of it ahead. No street light, no marker, but the ones I put myself. A white rag on a fence post by the shelf. The dark out here is honest. It won't tell you what it's got. 50 miles of nothing running hot. The flatbed rattles empty and it sings a hollow song. The chains are stacked and folded where they've hung for 20 years. A jackrabbit takes the shoulder and he beats me to the line. I let him have it, he's got farther left than me. The county line goes by me like a page nobody read. 50 miles of nothing and a mile of it ahead. No street light and no marker, but the ones I put myself. A white rag on a fence post by the shelf. The dark out here is honest. It won't tell you what it's got. 15 miles of nothing running hot. The mile markers come slower than the numbers ought to fall. There's a cattle guard at 40 that will loosen every tooth. I keep the high beam steady on the crown of the road, and the desert keeps whatever it has took. The county line goes by me like a page nobody read. 50 miles of nothing and a mile of it ahead. No street light and no marker, but the ones I put myself. A white rag on a fence post by the shelf. The dark out here is honest. It won't tell you what it's got. running hot. Comes back to tell me that the family's out of gas. 2 grown ones and a kid asleep, and no water in the trunk. I put a little weight down on the pedal for the kid, and the old 350 answers like it should. And a mile of it ahead. No street light and no marker, but the ones I put myself. A white rag on a fence post by the shelf. The dark out here is honest. It won't tell you what it's got. 50 miles of nothing, running hot. There's a kind of empty out here that a city man can't hold. It isn't sad, it's only wide and older than the road. The stars don't hang above you, they come down and take the ground. And a man without a rig can walk himself around. I have found them by their dome light. I have found them by the smoke. I found one by a mirror that he angled at the moon. I never once have found one who was glad to hear me come. And everyone has waved me down too soon. The flashers show up early, they show orange in the haze. 2 miles out, you see them, and it takes you 2 miles more. The desert plays that trick on you, it always has, it will. And still I put my boot down on the floor. The county line goes by me like a page nobody read. 50 miles of nothing and a mile of it ahead. No street light and no marker, but the ones I put myself. A white rag on a fence post by the shelf. The dark out here is honest, it won't tell you what it's got. 50 miles of nothing, running hot. The odometer keeps turning like a stone inside a creek. 15 miles of nothing, and it's all the map I need. The flashers show up early like a page nobody read. 15 miles of nothing and a mile of it ahead. The county line goes by me like a page nobody read. The yellow blank is beating in the middle of the dark. Flashers on the shoulder, half a mile from any yard. A father with his his collar up, is waving with his hat. A kid is in the back seat with a cat. I set my beacon turning, and I ease up on the grass. Two flashers and a stranger in the dark. The hood is up and steaming, and the belt is on the ground. A serpentine let go of him at 90 miles from town. He's got a road map folded to a county he don't know, and a flashlight with the batteries gone brown. A yellow blank is beating in the middle of the dark. Flashers on the shoulder, half a mile from any yard. A father with his collar up is waving with his hat. A kid is in the backseat with a cat. I set my beacon turning, and I ease up on the grass. Two flashers and a stranger in the dark. The kid is maybe 7, and he's sleeping through it all. A motel pillow with the laundry tag still on the case. The wife looks out the window at the beacon going round, and nobody says a word about the place. A yellow blink is beating in the middle of the dark. Flashers on the shoulder, half a mile from any yard. A father with his collar up is waving with his hat. A kid is in the backseat with a cat. I set my beacon turning, and I ease up on the grass. Two flashers and a stranger in the dark. I get the cones out, and I set them 50 paces back. A truck comes by too close and takes the paper off my hat. I tell him what it's gonna cost and where the shop will be, and he signs the ticket on the fender flap. A yellow blink is beating in the middle of the dark. Flashers on the shoulder, half a mile from any yard. A father with his collar up is waving with his hat. A kid is in the backseat with a cat. I set my beacon turning, and I ease up on the grass. Two flashers and a stranger in the dark. I've pulled them off this shoulder since the road was single lane. The same 8 miles of gravel and the same white county sign. The cars have all gotten quieter, the trouble stayed the same. A belt, a hose, a bearing, or a line. What they need is not a mechanic when I get there in the dark. What they need is somebody who came. The rest is chain and paperwork, and 30 miles of talk, and a light on in a building with a name. The father keeps apologizing was his own fault. It's never anybody's fault. It's heating belts and years. I tell him it's a 2-hour job for Charlie in the morning, and his shoulders come back down out of his ears. A yellow blink is beating in the middle of the dark. Flashers on the shoulder, half a mile from any yard. A father with his collar up is waving with his hat. A kid is in the backseat with a cat. I set my beacon turning and I ease up on the grass. 2 flashers and a stranger in the dark. The beacon paints the creosote in orange, then in black. The sedan comes up the ramp and finds its rest. The kid does not wake up for any part of it at all, and the desert lets them go like all the rest.
Tried to keep weight on the hook, and every pound is mine. The winch was on a wrecker that my father bought in '71. He put it on a Ford and then I put it on a Dodge. The cable's been replaced 11 times that I can count, and it still lays even, spooling on the drum. Weight on the hook and the winch line starts to sing. Chain around the frame rail, never on a thing that bends. Ooh, I take it slow, I take it up, an inch at a time. Steel will tell you plainly when it's fine. 40 years of lifting what the desert tried to keep. Weight on the hook and every pound is mine. You never hook a bumper and you never trust a tie. You go under with a light between your teeth and find the rail. The desert fills the frame rails with a fine and heavy sand, and that sand will make an honest fellow fail. Weight on the hook and the winch line starts to sing. Chain around the frame rail, never on a thing that bends. I take it slow, I take it up, an inch at a time. Steel will tell you plainly when it's fine. 40 years of lifting what the desert tried to keep. Weight on the hook and every pound is mine.
every pound is mine. The physics of it never cared how tight a man can be. 1,000 pounds is patient and a cable has no guide. I watched a chain let go one time in 1988. It took the paint and left the metal odd. So I check it and I check it and I check it once again, while the family in the cab thinks I am slow. Slow is what has kept me with 10 fingers in a house and a yard where all the ruined ones can go. Straps across the tires, 4 points, and check them all again. I've seen a man lose everything by skipping number 4. Quiet like a horse that's finally caught, and it won't come off between here and the door. Wait on the hook and the winch line starts to sing. Chain around the frame rail, never on a thing that bends. I take it slow, I take it up an inch at a time. Of lifting what the desert tried to keep. Weight on the hook and every pound is mine. The winch line comes in singing and it settles on the drum. The taillights of the setting sit up high and dry. Nothing out here lifted itself out of anything. Everything gets carried or it lies. Coffee for the ride back, 2 hot cups and 1 to spare. The all-night pumps keep burning like they're waiting on a fare. 30 miles of blacktop with a sedan on the deck. A quarter for the air hose and a check. The window fogs up sweetly and the heater does its work. Coffee for the ride back and the dark. The all-night pumps at 96 are 2 bulbs and a shed. A man named Dwayne sits reading with his glasses on his head. He pours it out of something that has sat there since the noon, and it tastes like a burnt piano and the moon. Coffee for the ride back, 2 hot cups and 1 to spare. The all-night pumps keep burning like they're waiting on a fare. 30 miles of blacktop with a sedan on the deck. A quarter for the air hose and a check. The window fogs up sweetly and the heater does its work. Coffee for for the ride back in the dark. The father takes the one I bought and holds it with both hands. He hasn't said a word for 30 miles about the bill. He tells me about Barstow and a job that starts on Monday, and how the car has never quit until coffee for the ride back, 2 hot cups and 1 to spare. The all-night pumps keep burning like they're waiting on a fare. 30 miles of blacktop with a sedan on the deck, a quarter for the air hose and a check. The window fogs up sweetly and the heater does its work. Coffee for the ride back in the dark. The kid wakes up and doesn't cry, just looks around the cab at the CB and the pictures and the fuse box with the tape. I hand him back the flashlight and I let him work the switch, and he lights the whole road up like an escape. Coffee for the ride back, 2 hot cups and 1 to spare. The all-night pumps keep burning like they're waiting on a fare. 30 miles of blacktop with a sedan on the deck, a quarter for the air hose and a check. The window fogs up sweetly and the heater does its work. Coffee for the ride back and the dark. There's a kind of quiet you can only get inside a truck with a stranger and a coffee and 100 miles to burn. Nobody has to be a thing, they're not for anyone, and nobody is waiting for a turn. He'll forget my name by Tuesday and I'll never learn his own, but he'll tell it in the kitchen for a while. Some old boy in a record came at 1 o'clock in June, and he'll get it wrong by half and he will smile. The heater ticks, the wipers rest, the deck light stays on green, the dash clock has been wrong since Carter had the chair. We don't say much of anything for 20 of the miles, and it is the best part of the night out there. Coffee for the ride back, 2 hot cups and 1 to spare. and the heater does its work. Coffee for the ride back, and the dark. Two hot cups and one despair. The all-night pumps keep burning like they're waiting on a fair. There's an army blanket folded up behind the seat. Older than the truck is, gray and beaten into sleep. A blanket in the cab for whoever's cold tonight. It has held a dozen strangers to the light. I don't ask them questions, and I don't turn on the news. Just the heater and the wool and what they choose. It came out of a Foot Locker my father kept for years. Wool as gray as ashes with a stripe along the end. It's been on a dozen shoulders that I never saw again. And it always finds its way behind the seat. There's an army blanket folded up behind the seat. Older than the truck is, gray and beaten into sleep. A blanket in the cab for whoever's cold tonight. It has held a dozen strangers to the light. I don't ask them questions, and I don't turn on the news. Just the heater and the wool and what they choose. The kid's got it up to his chin, and both his boots are off. His father has an arm around him, holding on the sleeve. The heater only works on high. It roars or it does nothing. So the wool does what the heater can't achieve. There's an army blanket folded up behind the seat. Older than the truck is, gray and beaten into sleep. A blanket in the cab for whoever's cold tonight. It has held a dozen strangers to the light. I don't ask them questions, and I don't turn on the news. Just the heater and the wool and what they choose. I've had a man in November with his hands gone white as chalk. I've had a couple with a broken heel and 40 miles to go. I've had a boy who wouldn't take it, 17 and proud. So I left it on the seat and let it go. There's an army blanket folded up behind the seat. Older than the truck is, gray and beaten into sleep. A blanket in the cab for whoever's cold tonight. It has held a dozen strangers to the light. I don't ask them questions, and I don't turn on the news. Just the heater and the wool and what they choose. There isn't much a man can offer somebody to when they're standing in the gravel
can't tell them how close they came or far. So you offer them a blanket and a seat up out of wind, and the radio turned down to almost none. It isn't kindness, really. It is something that you keep behind the seat, in case for anyone. It doesn't hold the heat so much as hold the shape of it. It smells like dust and gasoline, and every year it's had. I have never washed it once, and I have thought about it twice, and decided that the washing would be bad. There's an army blanket folded up behind the seat, older than the truck is, gray and beaten into sleep. A blanket in the cab for whoever's cold tonight. It has held a dozen strangers to the light. I don't ask them questions, and I don't turn on the news. Just the heater and the wool and what they choose. They fold it up too neatly when they give it back to me, the way a man folds something that he never owned. It goes behind the seat again to wait out its own week, and I drive home with the heater and the wool.
An old man and a shepherd dog beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was gonna walk the 19 miles to go. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night. The dog climbs in the middle, and that's right. He rides with both hands on his knees and never says a word. Nobody walks out here, he knows I'm right. The Buick's off the shoulder with the front wheels in the sand. He got out and he opened up the hood and looked at it. He don't know what he's looking at, he told me straight away. He just knows that a man is meant to lift the lid. An old man and a shepherd dog beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was gonna walk the 19 miles to go. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night. The dog climbs in the middle, and that's right. He rides with both hands on his knees and never says a word. Nobody walks out here, he knows I'm right. He's 80 if he's 20, and the dog is nearly 10. They were going to a brother's for a birthday, 92. He's got a cake box on the seat, and it has held together, and a card he wrote in ink that has come through. An old man and a shepherd dog beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was gonna walk the 19 miles to go. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night. The dog climbs in the middle, and that's right. He rides with both hands on his knees and never says a word. Nobody walks out here, he knows I'm right. He tells me he was gonna get there walking if he had to, that he walked from my Joe once in 1959. I don't argue with a man about the man he used to be. I just open up the door and say it's fine. An old man and a shepherd dog beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was gonna walk the 19 miles to go. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night. The dog climbs in the middle, and that's right. He rides with both hands on his knees and never says a word. Nobody walks out here, he knows I'm right. There's a highway sign at 60 that says water, next there's none. It's been shot at by 100 boys with nothing else to do. Every year somebody parks and starts to walk it anyway, because the map says 12 and 12 sounds true. The desert doesn't hate you, that's the part they never learn. It just has not been given cause to mind. I have found the ones who made it, and I've heard about the rest, and the difference is a ride and half a mile. Gets in the middle, and he sits like he was asked. The old man does the seatbelt in 2 tries, and then it clicks. He falls asleep by mile 8 with a hand down on the fur, and the cake box riding level on his knees. An old man and a shepherd dog beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was gonna walk the 19 miles to go. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night. The dog climbs in the middle, and that's right. He rides with both hands on his knees and never says a word. Nobody walks out here, he knows I'm right. I drop him at the brothers, and the porch light is still on. 2 old men in a doorway with a cake box in between. The dog goes in without an invitation, like he's been, and I back out slow and leave them to the scene. The dog gets in the middle, and he sits like he was asked. beside a hood gone cold. He tells me he was going to walk the 19 miles to gold. Nobody walks out here, I say, not in June, not at night.
Sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament. I'm running on the line, counting off the mileposts in my mind. The wipers only smear it, and the paint comes off in time. Sandstorm on Route 9. He came about nothing off the flats at 3:30. Ray says the pickup rolled it, maybe 2 men, maybe more. The wind has got the mirror shaking loose out on the arm, and the sand is coming under every door. Sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament. I'm running on the line, counting off the mileposts in my mind. The wipers only smear it, and the paint comes off in time. Sandstorm on Route 9. You can't use the high beams, they just build a wall of brown. You run the fogs and hug the paint, and count what you have passed. Mile 11, 12, 13. The posts come out like ghosts, and every one of them could be the last. Oh, sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament. I'm running on the line, counting off the mileposts in my mind. The wipers only smear it, and the paint comes off in time. Sandstorm on Route 9. The pickup's on its side and up against a cattle fence. Both men out and sitting with their backs against the tire. One has got a shirt around his arm, and it is holding, and the other's on his feet, and that is fine. Oh, sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament. I'm running on the line, counting off the mileposts line and the sand. And after, when it lets you go and everything is still, you shake for 20 minutes in the seat. I have been at this since Nixon, and it takes me every time. Then I put it into gear and take the street. I get them in the cab and turn the beacon up to full. The wind takes the door out of my hand and slams it twice. The winds will have to wait until the daylight and the calm. Some nights you take the people, not the price. The sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament. I'm running on the line, counting off the mileposts in my mind. The wipers only smear it, and the paint comes off in time. Sandstorm on Route 9. The storm goes east at daybreak, like it had somewhere to be. The pickup's still out there against the wire. Two men are drinking water in a waiting room in town. And Route 9 is just the road again, and tired. Sandstorm on Route 9. Sandstorm on Route 9, and the world goes brown as tea. Ray says there's a pickup turned around at mile 15. I can't see the hood ornament.
And everything the night had left is done. The radio goes quiet with the static and the hum. No more mile and color, no more make and model years. Just the tires and the ringing in my ears. The east is going gray behind the ridgeline thin and blue, and the radio has nothing left to do. The last call came at 3, and it was only somebody wanting to know if I could pull a boat next Saturday. I told him yes and wrote it on the pad above the visor, and the county went to sleep and stayed that way. 4 o'clock and everything the night had left is done. The radio goes quiet with the static and the hum. No more mile and color, no more make and model years. Just the tires and the ringing in my ears. The east is going gray behind the ridgeline thin and blue, and the radio has nothing left to do. The static has a sound to it that's almost like the sea. Old Ray signs off at 4 and says the same 4 words each time. The speaker keeps on breathing even when there's nothing on, like a house that's got a furnace and a line. 4 o'clock and everything the night had left is done. The radio goes quiet with the static and the hum. No more mile and color, no more make and model years. Just the tires and the ringing in my ears. The east is going gray behind the ridgeline thin and blue, has nothing left to do. Dash lights are the only thing that's colored in the world. The temp gauge and the oil and the little amber eye. Out past the glass there's nothing yet, but there is gonna be. And I like the 15 minutes I have by. 4 o'clock and everything the night had left is done. The radio goes quiet with the static and the hum. No more mile and color, no more make and model years. Just the tires and the ringing in my ears. The east is going gray behind the ridgeline thin and blue, and the radio has nothing left to do. This is the hour I would keep if I could keep an hour. Not the calls and not the coffee and not the ride back in. Just the part where all of it has finished being urgent and the day has not come up to start again. I have not been rich and I have not been anywhere at all. I have not once been 60 miles from where I sleep, but I have been the last light on for people in the dark. And that is not the smallest thing to keep. The east comes up in layers like a shirt somebody ironed, gray and then blue and then a thing that hasn't chosen yet. The ridgeline shows the shape of what I've known since I was 10, and the truck runs like an animal that's fed. 4 o'clock and everything the night had left is done. The radio goes quiet with the static and the hum. No more mile and color, no more make and model years. Just the tires and the ringing in my ears. The east is going gray behind the ridgeline thin and blue, and the radio has nothing left to do. The radio goes quiet and the tires take the scene. A jackrabbit crosses and he takes his time. The yard gate's up ahead of me, the porch light's burning low, and the whole of it is finished and it's mine. That didn't make it lined up rusting in my yard. A Chevy from the 60s with a windshield like a star. A camper somebody left here in the summer never came. There's a name in every glove box, every name. I keep them in the corner where the fence post leans and sags. Cars that didn't make it and their tags. The Chevy came in '68 and never left the fence. The man who owned it meant to fix it, then he moved to Reno. I've got the title in a drawer and nobody has called, and the fenders have gone orange and they know. Cars
Cars that didn't make it, lined up rusting in my yard. A Chevy from the 60s with a windshield like a star. A camper somebody left here and the summer never came. There's a name in every glove box, every name. I keep them in the corner where the fence post leans and sags. Cars that didn't make it and their tags. There's a camper from a family that went on without it. They took the cooler and the plates and left the beds inside. A wasp nest in the closet and a calendar from May of a year when they were happy and they tried. Cars that didn't make it, lined up rusting in my yard. A Chevy from the 60s with a windshield like a star. A camper somebody left here in the summer never came. There's a name in every glove box, every name. I keep them in the corner where the fence post leans and sags. Cars that didn't make it and their tags. Kids come out and take the mirrors, and I let them have the glass. I only ask they don't go in the ones I haven't drained. There's a Pontiac I keep the doors on for the shade in June, and a Ford I never talk about by name. Cars that didn't make it, lined up rusting in my yard. A Chevy from the 60s with a windshield like a star. A camper somebody left here in the summer never came. There's a name in every glove box, every name. I keep them in the corner where the fence post leans and sags. Cars that didn't make it and their tags. Every one of them was new one time and shining in a lot. Somebody signed for it and drove it home and honked the horn. There were groceries in the trunk of it and dogs up in the back, and a kid who learned to drive it, all thumbs and worn. Now they sit here in a line with all the numbers gone to rust, and the desert takes the rubber and the chrome. I don't keep them for the parts, and I don't keep them for the pay. I keep them because nothing else came home. Charlie says to crush them, and he's right, and I say soon. I have said soon 11 years, and paid to keep them there. It isn't sentimental, they were somebody's whole world, and I'm the last address they had out here. Cars that didn't make it, lined up rusting in my yard. A Chevy from the 60s with a windshield like a star. A camper somebody left here in the summer never came. There's a name in every glove box, every name. I keep them in the corner where the fence post leans and sags. Cars that didn't make it and their tags. The sun comes up behind them and the whole line turns to gold. For maybe 7 minutes, then it's junk. I put the sedan at the end and leave the keys up on the tire, because that one's going home and that's enough.
Back on the road by 7 with a belt and 40 bucks. The father shakes my hand and gets the kid up in the truck. The sun is on the water tower, orange on the white. They will be in Tucson by tonight. It ain't much of an ending, but it's all the end I get. Back on the road by 7 and no debt. Charlie had the belt on by 6:15. He charged them for the part and half an hour of his time. The father had the money in an envelope all counted, and he asked me twice if that was really fine. Back on the road by 7 with a belt and 40 bucks. The father shakes my hand and gets the kid up in the truck. The sun is on the water tower, orange on the white. They will be outside with toast up in his hand, watching Charlie's radio and everything he does. The water tower says the name of a town they'll never see again, and they will not remember what it was. Back on the road by 7 with a belt and 40 bucks. The father shakes my hand and gets the kid up in the truck. The sun is on the water tower, orange on the white. They will be in Tucson by tonight. It ain't much of an ending, but it's all the end I get. Back on the road by 7 and no debt. Usually I'm off at 5:30, but I came back down to see the sedan pull out of the bay. There's no money in it, and there's nothing to be said. I just like to watch them get away. Back on the road by 7 with a belt and 40 bucks. The father shakes my hand and gets the kid up in the truck. The sun is on the water tower, orange on the white.
in a while, it happens that you're standing in the light. When the thing that broke gets fixed and gets to leave, the sun is on the water tower, orange on the white, and a man gets to see something he believes. Back on the road by 7, and no debt. Back on the road by 7, with a belt and $40. The father shakes my hand and gets the kid up in the truck. The sun is on the water tower, orange on the white. They will be into sun by tonight. It ain't much of an ending, but it's all the end I get. Back on the road by 7, and no debt. I get my boots off, get the water running warm. The phone rings again before the towel is on my arm. Somebody's on the shoulder out where nobody should be. That's the job, and that is fine with me. 40 years of hearing that same bell down the hall. The phone rings again, and that is all. 2 hours in the recliner with the television low. The boots are on the mat, and both my socks are on the vent. The dog has got the good spot, and he isn't giving it. And the whole of yesterday is spent. I get my boots off, get the water running warm. The phone rings again before the towel is on my arm. Somebody's on the shoulder out where nobody should be. That's the job, and that is fine with me. 40 years of hearing that same bell down the hall. The phone rings again, and that is all. There's a bell down in the hallway that my father wired through. It rings in every room we've got. There's nowhere it can reach. He'd put it in so nobody would sleep through someone's trouble. And it has not been quiet, so to speak. Off, get the water running warm. The phone rings again before the towel is on my arm. Somebody's on the shoulder out where nobody should be. That's the job, and that is fine with me. 40 years of hearing that same bell down the hall. The phone rings again, and that is all. Truck out east of 60 with a trailer full of hay. Old Ray says it's nobody from town, so nobody I know. The water's going cold in there, the
towel is on my arm, and the porch light's on already in the glow. Oh, I get my boots off, get the water running warm. The phone rings again before the towel is on my arm. Somebody's on the shoulder out where nobody should be. That's the job, and that is fine with me. 40 years of hearing that same bell down the hall. The phone rings again, and that is all. The tow truck comes at midnight, and it comes at noon as well. It came the year the Sandstorm shut Route 9 down for a day. It came the morning Charlie put a belt on a sedan. They were back on the road by 7 and away. 40 years of somebody out there where the light gives out, and 40 years of somebody who went. I don't know what it added up to, I have never added it. It was only what the ringing ever meant. I've had them on for years. Right one first, then left one, then the keys up off the nail. The dog looks at me sideways and decides to stay in bed, and the yard gate takes its time along the rail. Off, get the water running warm. The phone rings again before the towel is on my arm. Somebody's on the shoulder out where nobody should be. That's the job, and that is fine with me. 40 years of hearing that same bell down the hall. The phone rings again, and that is all. The county's dark ahead of me, the mirror's dark behind. The mile markers come up like they always do. The phone rings again someday for somebody else's boy, and I hope he goes, and I hope his truck is